What's happening, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to Junkdrummer TV, where I give my initial reactions, my analysis, and my hot takes on the drummers of today and yesterday, and maybe tomorrow if I stick around that long. I'm a professional drum teacher and a gigging musician, and I have been for the last 20 years. Today's episode is a commenter's choice. We're going to be watching everyone's favorite masked Iowan drummer and best drummer to ever play in Metallica, Joey Jordison, back when he was with Slipknot. Now, lots of people have been asking for Jay Weinberg and Joey Jordison, and I just thought it would be really disrespectful to do Weinberg before Joey Jordison. So, Slipknot. The band that just kept metal going in the early 2000s. One of the things that I love about metal is that it is fad proof. It just keeps going. Metal just has metal lived through punk, all the punk. It lived through new wave. It lived through grunge. Emo came and went. SoundCloud rappers hopefully will come and go. But metal just always stays there. That's just, it's almost like it's recession proof. And then every once in a while, about every 10 years or so, a metal band will peek itself out from the underground and be an actual mainstream band. And that's what Slipknot was. Definitely from like, 99 was their first record. That was like, Wait and Bleed, which was a gigantic song. They were on MTV all the time. I mean, their image just screamed for mainstream acceptance, and you know that's what Slipknot did for metal, was it kept it in the mainstream in those early 2000s. Metal will just always be there. That's what I love about it. In 50 years, you know, Kanye West will be gone, but heavy metal will still be here. So before we get into it, I'd like to remind everyone to like, comment, and share. Please give me a double tap on the subscription and the notification bell. And I also do have a new PayPal option if you'd like to donate to the cause. Link in description. So let's go check out Joey Jordison playing back when he was with Slipknot, playing the Heretic Anthem. Even though, like, Slipknot's known as, like, you know, or was known... Let me get that thought in. Even though they were, you know, seen as, like, you know, the next generation of metal bands, they still had a lot of their music in the traditions of traditional, like, thrash music. That's what you're hearing right here. Man, this is just a classic. I think he's running 30-second notes on the double bass, playing 2 and 4 on the snare drum, you know, riding eighth notes. That is kind of like the back and black beat for metal. That's just real classic. You know, something I'm going to talk about a lot about in this video is Joey Jordison is very small. He is 5'3", and you don't have to have stature to play powerfully, obviously. That's what I like the most. I love Slipknot's breakdowns. This is where I think Joey Jordison shows his Vinnie Paul. Because, you know, he just went from, like, a real thrashy thing, you know, in that verse, and then this chorus is, like, a big, you know, halftime breakdown from the first part. And, you know, he has a really nice groove for a metal drummer. You know, if you've watched the Brand Daler video, you know, we've talked about when you're playing this loud, aggressive music in a big setting like this, you don't have to smash shit. Just let the microphones do their work. And that's what you're seeing here. I love the mask. I'm a pro wrestling fan, so it's and I liked Kiss when I was 15, and they're supposed to like Kiss. I have to do a video of all the auxiliary drummers in this band eventually. So here's the thing that he's doing, which has nothing to do with his playing. He's using those Easton aluminum drumsticks. I remember when those things first came out, like the late 90s, mid 90s. And I got a pair, and man, they just feel like you're playing with a ham sandwich. You know, it's not stopping him at all, and I'm sure pretty sure he was an Easton endorser, but man, I really hate those drumsticks.
Oh, get those devil
Yeah,
horns up
that
in
was
the
a
fucking
real
air.
Slayer section right there, where just everything dropped out and just all that double bass. You know, this band really had an ear to classic metal, but then adding more of that like kind of funk groove that bands like Korn brought to heavy music in sections. Yeah, for you to be in Korn, Slipknot, you got to be able to groove real heavy. Yeah, man, great technique, efficiency of motion, which you have to play that fast. So, you know, you probably heard me say that cheeky comment in the intro that Joey Jordison is the best drummer to play in Metallica, and he probably is. Go look up Metallica, Joey Jordison. It was, I think, a download festival where he had to play like 8 songs, and Dave Lombardo played some, and I think Lars's drum tech played maybe 1 or 2 other ones, and there's a video of like 3 songs where Joey Jordison plays, and he destroys it. He comes in unprepared. Well, you got to figure like he prepared from lifetime listening to Metallica, but he didn't practice with them. There's the story of James running around the hallway just like asking any drummer at this festival, do you know Metallica songs well enough to play? And he had already played, and Joey Jordison comes out and straight destroys it. And Metallica sounds so good in those videos. Yeah, man, I love this breakdown stuff. Mosh pit's going crazy right here. Nose are being broken. Gloves being passed along. Yeah, man. You gotta listen to more Slipknot. Yeah, just that right there. Another song's almost done. Just good meat and potatoes metal drumming right there. He was just running 16th notes, playing 2 and 4, and I like how he was kind of going over there and playing that hi-hat in the middle of it. That's just good classic. As much as people think of them as like that new wave of metal that came in the early aughts, man, they really, I don't think that they would consider themselves, historians. Maybe they would, but they really had an ear to what was classic metal, and then added, a lot of those heavier bands from that era really brought a big, funk groove. A lot of these guys were listening to hip hop as well as metal when they were growing up, and that's one of the things I really liked about Slipknot and like about Slipknot. Yeah, man. So, Joey Jordison, I'm glad I did that episode. I'll be doing Jay Weinberg eventually as well. I haven't really listened to the new record, and I don't know what records he's on and what Joey Jordison isn't on. Man, it's a big bummer. It really bums me out when there's legendary bands and they don't have their original members. I mean, he was number 1. That was his name. He was number 1. He was like one of the first members of the band. It really sucks when they can't stick around. But if you've ever been in a band, you know that like being in a band is like a 4, 5, 6-way marriage without the sex. And it's just really hard to keep a family unit. And this is a big band. There are like 8 or 9 of them. I'm eventually going to do a video on the trash can and keg drummers in this band as well. One of the things hopefully we can get from this is power without stature. I had a student once, and he even commented that he thought that he was like small for his size, and he would try to overcompensate by trying to play too loud. And it took a while, but I had to get him to convince him that like it's not about just like brute strength. It's about speed of stroke, and it's about efficiency of movement, good technique that will make you powerful. Joey's a very small dude. He's 5'3", but he still plays large and big and powerful. So, man, there you go. Joey Jordison, Slipknot. For all you commenters, I'm here to please. If you enjoyed all that, please again, like, comment, and share. Give me a double tap on the notification bell and a subscription. And remember, I have a PayPal donation option and link in the description if you'd like to donate to the cause. So, remember, You don't have to be big to be awesome, and keep practicing until it's easy.